maybe talk a little bit about what went down here in the final few minutes of this game.
Yeah, their players made plays, and our players didn't. I got to do a better job of putting certain guys in better positions. Obviously, I was trying to post Phil, but they were sagging their five off and sitting on top. And it's hard when Braden is the guy that's making the threes, but they're trapping him in a ball screen. So it's hard for him to get his threes in off the dribble. So I was, the ball was in other people's hands trying to get him shots. And we didn't execute. We turned the ball over, which was unfortunate. But again, I got to do a better job of putting our guys in a better position. I'm frustrated because it just seemed like they wanted it a little bit more than us tonight, and we can't have that on our home floor with the kind of atmosphere, with the way that our students were tonight, the way that our crowd was tonight. I thought the atmosphere, I was incredibly grateful for. It's been so awesome. I mean, the way that we're getting support right now is at a really high level, and our guys and I, as a coach of this program, I got to match that. But Eric Reynolds made plays. Lynn Greer made plays. They made their free throws when they needed them. Charles Coleman stepped up and hit a three. How about that? So Lynn Greer and so let's just say Winborn was 1 for 2 tonight. He made one. Winborn is a 22% three-point shooter. Lynn Greer, so he was 5 for 6 versus us. He was 12 for 47 or 48 on the year, and he goes 2 for 5, hits 2 versus us tonight. So just their players are making plays, man. I don't, when their guys were left wide open, they knocked them in, and we didn't.
So Jameril Wilson's been a guy that's really come on strong over the last several games. So how encouraging is it to see him, and what role do we expect to see him play throughout the rest of the year?
Yeah, we want Mero to be like a 3-and-D guy. We want him to, continue to give us stability as far as defensively, being a guy that can help us help Ben and fill out and just be an adult on that side of the floor, know the game plan, execute it, communicate, and then also offensively make threes and then drive closeouts. He's was 0-2 tonight. I thought the 2 threes he took were good threes, and he's a career 40% three-point shooter on almost 100 makes. So I think he went over 1,000 career points tonight too. So he's an experienced guy that's scored a lot of points and played at a high level of his career. So, that's kind of – I've been, pleased with Mero. He's a guy that started off the year. He was hurt his shoulder, and he's really gotten a lot better over these past 2 months. So really pleased with where he's at. I wish he would have made a 3, but I wish everybody would have made more threes tonight. So I thought he took good ones, and he'll be all right.
One guy who competed the way you want your team to is Braden Norris, career-high 25, career-high 7 made three-pointers in this game. Greer was talking to him early in the second half, you could see out on the court, and that really ignited Braden. Little of that dog like you've talked about before with Braden and bringing that attitude. Just talk about what he brings to this team.
Yeah, that's who he is, and he's got the utmost trust. I don't know if I've ever, I'm obviously young. He's got the utmost and complete trust from me because of how he prepares, how much he cares about this place, and what he's done over his career. He's a coach's dream, and I love coaching him, and we're lucky to have him. I love having him as my point guard. I'm happy that I get to have him for another year, too.
All right, so looking ahead to Richmond, they have one of the top forwards in the league, in Tyler Burton, averaging about 19 and 8. So what are our thoughts as we prepare for him?
Well, their pace, we know they play Princeton, is probably one of the teams, them and Davidson, we're probably the most familiar with in the league. Their half-court pace is outstanding. The way that they move it, the way that they share it, the way that they cut hard, get easy ones for each other. And so our awareness defensively and our ball screen coverage has got to be extremely high. Burton, Gustafson, and then also they got their bigs. Matt Grace, I think, had 18 tonight. Pat was telling me before the game, and Neil Quinn, we recruited him as a really high-level big. So we got to match their pace offensively and the way they share the ball with our awareness defensively, our intensity defensively, and our competitiveness defensively.
Coach, we appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks, guys.